Bound to the Prince. Chapter 1. The party. Elena adjusted the thin strap of her dress as she stepped into the grand ballroom, already regretting the decision to come. The space glowed under towering chandeliers, glittering with crystal and gold, every corner alive with murmurs of wealth and whispers of power. She felt small, like she had wandered into a different universe entirely. "This is insane," she muttered under her breath, her heels clicking softly against the marble floor. Her best friend Sophia had begged her to attend. Just one night. One party. "You'll have fun." Fun wasn't the word Elena would use. The men here looked like they'd stepped out of glossy magazines, their suits hand-tailored, their movements sharp and commanding. The women, draped in silks and diamonds, looked like they'd been carved from marble. Flawless, untouchable. Elena wasn't poor, but compared to this, she may as well have been invisible. Her black cocktail dress was simple, chosen carefully to avoid standing out. She hoped it would let her blend into the crowd. Instead, she felt every set of eyes skim past her like she didn't matter. Until she felt his. It was strange how the weight of a single stare could shift the air in an entire room. One moment, Elena was adjusting her clutch and pretending to look for Sophia. The next, a heavy, piercing gaze locked onto her from across the room. Her head lifted on instinct, and then she saw him. Tall, broad-shouldered, a suit so sharp it could cut glass. But it wasn't the suit. It wasn't even the raw masculinity radiating off him like heat from a flame. It was his eyes, dark, intense, unreadable. They pinned her in place, stripping her of every flimsy layer of composure she'd put on before walking through those doors. Dante Morelli. Even if she hadn't heard Sophia whisper his name earlier, she would have known. The way people shifted around him, careful not to brush too close, told her everything. He wasn't just a man in this room. He was the center of gravity, the kind of presence you didn't ignore if you valued your life. Elena's throat went dry. She should look away. She wanted to. But there was something magnetic, something dangerous about the way his gaze lingered on her. It wasn't casual interest, it was a claim, silent but undeniable. Dante moved. The crowd seemed to part for him, though no one said a word. He crossed the marble floor with long, unhurried strides, every movement precise. His confidence was a force, and it pulled her into his orbit before she had time to think. Her heartbeat drummed in her ears as he stopped just in front of her. "You don't belong here," he said, his voice low and smooth, carrying the faintest rasp that made her skin prickle. Elena's lips parted, but no words came. Up close, he was even more overwhelming. His cologne, dark spice and leather, wrapped around her, making her dizzy. Finally, she found her voice. "And you do." His mouth curved, not quite a smile, not quite a smirk. Something far more dangerous. He leaned in, close enough that the warmth of his breath brushed her ear. "I own this room." Elena's pulse stumbled. "That sounds arrogant." "Arrogant?" He tilted his head, studying her like she was an intriguing puzzle. His gaze swept over her, slow and deliberate, lingering just long enough to make her shift uncomfortably under the heat of it. "No. Arrogance is when a man believes he has power." "I don't believe, Dolcezza." "I know." Her chest tightened at the way he said that last word. Sweetness. The Italian rolled off his tongue like silk, intimate and possessive. Elena forced herself to straighten. "You're very sure of yourself." "I'm sure of many things." His voice dropped, softer now, but edged with something that made her shiver. "And right now I'm sure of you." Her breath caught. "Me?" Dante's eyes darkened, his jaw tightening as if holding back something he wanted to say. Or do. His hand brushed against hers, just a ghost of a touch. But it sent a sharp current of heat racing up her arm. "Be careful," he murmured. "Men like me don't let go once we've found what we want." The words sank into her, heavy and dangerous, like a warning she should heed but couldn't ignore. Elena took a shaky step back, her instincts screaming at her to put distance between them. Yet when she looked up again, she found herself caught in his gaze like a moth circling a flame it couldn't resist. And she knew, even then, that she wasn't going to leave this party the same woman who had walked in.